Control documents are crucial for any organisation focused on quality and compliance. A control document is one that must go through formal processes for review, approval, distribution, modification, storage, and end-user access. Common examples of control documents include standard operating procedures, instruction sheets, along with organisational policies and procedures. These documents are designed to ensure that a company's operations meet the highest standards and targets. They are a blueprint for consistency, accuracy, and compliance. Control documents are vital because they ensure everyone is working from the most current and approved information. They also provide an audit trail of how decisions have been made and processes executed. International standards such as ISO9001 place significant emphasis on controlled documents because they ensure consistency in all aspects of an organisation's operations and help standardise processes. Organisations striving for ISO 9001 certification need to demonstrate adequate control of their quality management documents and records. In this video, we are going to demonstrate how M-Files is a game changer for managing controlled documents. M-Files offers features including comprehensive version control, secure access management, and efficient workflows that streamline the entire lifecycle management of controlled documents. Here we have an M-Files vault designed around an educational setting. In this organisation, policy and procedures are controlled documents which must go through formal review and approval processes before being published to our staff. You might notice there are two dynamic views set up on the application homepage. One for editable working copies of our policies, and another for the latest published copy. We also have the ability to set up dynamic views to access superseded copies of our policy documents, along with controlled documents that have been retired. The key principle with controlled document management in M-Files is that when administrators choose to release a new or updated controlled document, M-Files will automatically publish a new released copy that is available to end users. This is advantageous because administrators are able to work on amendments to the editable working copy until such time as the document is approved to be released to end users. In other words, M-Files allows for a parallel editable working copy and released published copy of each controlled document. This ensures that end users always have access to the latest approved version. In this working copy view, we can access all of the editable working copies of our controlled documents. Typically, only administrators would have access to these copies. We are able to see at a glance which documents are published and other documents that are at various stages of the approval workflow, such as retired or drafting. We are also able to see a detailed version history of each document, including changes to the document contents and metadata. If we open the version history window, we can see a fully time-stamped account of who has worked on the document and when, including an audit trail of who has previously approved and published the document through the M-Files workflow. The version control features of M-Files provide a comprehensive and powerful audit trail that enable tracking of how documents have evolved over time. Let's go through the process of creating a brand new policy control document. Here we have a pre-configured template that administrators can use to create a new controlled policy document. We're going to create a new policy document, subject the document for review and approval, then publish the approved document to be available to end users via the mFiles application. Now that the administrator has entered the relevant metadata, upon creating the document, mFiles will auto-populate relevant information into the document. You can see here that mFiles has automatically populated relevant fields in the document using metadata placeholders and using the metadata that we previously entered. We can make edits to the document, and once complete, check the document back into mFiles to be submitted for review and approval. Here in the mFiles workflow panel, the administrator selects the appropriate workflow state to submit the document for review. Upon changing the workflow state, a few things have changed on the document. First, we have automatically applied access permissions to prevent the document from being edited, because our organisation's policy is that controlled documents can only be edited at the drafting workflow state. Second, the document has been assigned to the nominated reviewer via the mFiles desktop application. They will also have received an email notification advising that they have a document requiring their attention. If we change to the reviewer's mFiles application, we can see that the reviewer is able to access the document in mFiles. They are able to open up the document to review it and provide feedback either using the metadata card or using the built-in annotations tool within mFiles. We will now mark the document approved, and the next step will be to set the document to released in the mFiles workflow, and this will trigger publication of a released copy of the document to our staff. Returning now to our mFiles application homepage, if we open up the Published Policy Documents view, we can see that our AI in Assessment Policy V1 is now available for staff to access via the mFiles desktop application or the mFiles mobile application. Suitable access permissions have been applied to prevent end users from editing the document's metadata. You'll also notice that the document has been automatically named using a clear file naming convention derived from the document's metadata. We are now going to update the AI in Assessment Policy document to demonstrate how mFiles will publish a new published copy of the updated document and supersede the previous published copy. Because we are working on a controlled document, the administrator must first change the workflow state to unlock the document for editing. Where appropriate, mFiles can also be configured to require an approved change request to be issued before a controlled document is unlocked for editing. The administrator can now check the document out and begin making edits. Once editing is complete, the document can then be resubmitted into the M-Files workflow for review and approval before publishing the updated copy. You will also notice that M-Files has updated the controlled version label automatically, enabling easy tracking of new, minor and major versions of controlled documents. Now that the document has been reviewed and approved, the administrator can now publish the new released copy. If we once again go to our published versions view, we can see that the AI in Assessment Policy V2 is now published. In the document metadata, we can see that the version label has been updated, and if we use the document preview pane, we can see that the edit made in our working copy is visible in the updated released version. If we go back to our M-Files homepage and access the superseded policy documents view, we can now see that V1 of our AI in Assessment Policy is available for access. Typically, the superseded and retired copies of controlled documents are only made available for administrators. Should the time come when a controlled document is no longer required, an administrator can easily retire a document. All that is needed is for the administrator to select Retired Document from the Document Workflow panel, and the working copy will be marked retired. If we go back to our Published Policy Documents view, we can see that the current published copy has been removed from service, and all previously published copies are now marked archived and retired. M-Files offers a powerful platform for streamlining management of controlled documents. M-Files makes life easy for administrators by not having to manually create published versions of controlled documents when they need to be published or updated. What's more, file naming, access permissions, and version tracking are all fully automated in the background. M-Files sets the standard for controlled document management and offers a versatile platform capable of automating and managing many other business processes, all of which add up to considerable productivity savings and ROI. Talk to the team at Innovative Content Management today about how we can streamline your controlled document processes with M-Files. Thanks for watching.